This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Alrighty, we back. Yes, it is hour number 2 of the program. Anthony Chang, by the way, will join us in hour 3 to preview a little Heat and Celtics. I'm waiting for my guy, Tony Jones. Hopefully we'll get him on. He covers the NBA and also the Utah Jazz, so we'll get his thoughts on what's going on.
Got to widen the shot, man, and get that beautiful blue car in the scene.
Yeah, dude, what color is that? Is it
powder blue?
Yeah, that is nice,
Isn't
bro. Like, did they make a lot of Supras in that color?
No, that's a special color. It's a special edition.
Yeah, that thing is badass, dude. Like,
badass.
How many people have that Supra? Like, you guys have way more Supras than everybody else, and barely anybody has Supras. But like this blue Supra,
oh my God,
tinted headlights.
It's got fancy stripes in the back of the car, bro.
Yeah, it's super nice. It is super nice, bro.
But you got fancy stripes on the back. That's it.
You're in, bro. You're in. Herbie Lopez, of course, joining us. He's the man you got to see. Come on down to Toyota of Hollywood, whether you want to buy or lease. Come on, see Herbie. If he can take care of my mother-in-law, then that's it, bro. That's all you need to know, okay? When we talk about like high maintenance,
old school,
like super old school high maintenance, that is my mother-in-law. And if this guy can handle her and make her feel great, then he can handle any customer and any of your mothers-in-laws too out there. So, although maybe I'm setting you up for something there.
I don't know.
Your mother-in-law.
Hey, listen, I can tell you, she's phenomenal. Yeah, I love your mother-in-law.
Yeah, she is.
Love
She's
her.
good people.
Great
She
people.
is good people. She still is in 1950, but she is good people. Anyway, my brother, so what'd you think of the choke job? Because I thought it was going to be your Clippers, Lakers, and I thought the Clippers were going to beat your Lakers when it was all said and done, because I thought the Clippers were going to win it all. They had the team, but they didn't have what it takes.
You know, I got to tell you, it was a happy day for me, or a happy night for me.
Right.
Just to see what happened. But, you know, it just shows chemistry is obviously a big one. Right. It's been talked about a lot. There was, they didn't take the regular season seriously. When we talk about time management, we talk about that, all that time off and stuff. You're the, if you're the star on the team, like a Kawhi, Paul George, I know was hurt, but Kawhi, you can't take all those days off when you're trying to create this thing.
Right.
And I think he was in a position where, you know, all the pressure was on him too. I mean, he had a lot of great games and stuff, but when you look at it, Paul George choked.
Again?
You had Montrezl Harrell was a no-show.
Right.
Couldn't guard anybody. Lou Williams.
Worried about his
Lemon
wings.
Pepper Lou.
Yeah.
Wasn't there.
He was worried more about his wings and trademarking and all that crap.
I'm looking to try those.
Yeah. Well, if I go to Atlanta one day, I will. I'm going to that strip club if I go to Atlanta.
We gotta go.
Like, yeah, that Atlanta, that strip club got so much great pub.
Oh my God.
Like, you know, I told my wife, I go, if I ever go, I'm going for a concert. If I'm going for the SEC Media Days, I'm going to call you from that strip club and tell you about the wings. She goes, really? And I go, yeah, I'm going to call you.
But now you got a great excuse to go there. You know,
for
baby,
sure.
I'm not here for the women. I'm here for the
I'm here
wings.
for the wings. I'm here for the wings. That's it.
I love the chicken breast too.
I had a, I don't know if you heard the segment yesterday when I was talking about these guys. And to me, what happened, I thought was they, and I blame this a lot also on Kawhi. Kawhi's not a leader. Kawhi is a great, great player. And he stepped into a team in San Antonio where he was drafted, where they had a culture in place already. So he didn't have to lead because he had Tim Duncan there, and he had Manu, and he had Tony Parker, and there was already a championship, you know, attitude in place.
And Popovich.
And, well, obviously that's the guy that started it all,
and
right?
Popovich.
Right, but Popovich. But then he gets traded to Toronto, where they have a culture in place.
Right.
Where the leaders were already there, and I know they traded DeRozan, but Lowry was still there.
Right.
Lowry works harder than anybody else, okay?
Gasol.
Yeah, good. You know, all those guys that were there, you know.
Great vets.
Yeah, they're all vets. They're all proven. And then a couple young guys, and OG and Siakam that are up and coming, but they're hard workers too. So the culture was there. So all he had to do was be the great player. He goes to the Clippers, and now he has to build the culture with them. He can't do that. He's not the guy that's going to rattle a cage.
Right.
LeBron will rattle your cage and tell you, yo, get your crap together, bro. I don't care about your stupid lemon pepper wings. Play your ass off here right now. And so LeBron will, because he learned it from Miami. You know what I mean? That you have to have. And so this is what we have learned now from Kawhi, and why I said yesterday we can no longer make the Kawhi and LeBron comparisons.
No, of course not.
We can compare the athletes and the players themselves, but as in complete players, LeBron is light years ahead of Kawhi. Kawhi is a terrible leader. He is just a great player, and it ends there. That's it.
Right.
If you want him to police your locker room, that's not the guy.
Well, look at this, Big O. Is you got
and Paul George is just like that too.
Oh, absolutely.
Same guy.
I mean, he chokes on all the game sevens,
and he can't lead. He
right.
can't because you can't lead. It's what I used to say about Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill will never dominate a locker room, no matter what anybody tells you, because everybody in the locker room knows that he needs everybody else to feed off of in order to be effective. He's not the guy that's ever going to be the difference maker, so he can never command that kind of respect in the locker room. And I don't think Paul George is ever going to be able to do that, because it's not like Dwayne Wade. It's not like LeBron. It's not like Steph. Those kind of guys, Durant, all those guys that have done it can then walk up to you and say, yo, you better do this.
Right.
And that's different. And that's what's going on with the Clippers.
So here's a couple points. So, for example, Toronto made it as far as the Clippers did.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because they're a great franchise.
Not only a great franchise, but it shows you how much talent Kawhi had around him.
Yeah. Definitely.
You know?
Definitely.
So, again, you had basically the same team other than Danny Green going to the Lakers and then him going to the Clippers, right?
Right.
Kawhi going to the Clippers. Look at OKC with the Paul George trade. I mean, you talk about the future now of the Clippers franchise. They put all their chips in. They were all in. And for Paul George to say, listen, it wasn't a championship or bust, to me is a disrespect to that whole franchise, because everybody, including him, it came out of their mouth that they were going to win it all. That's why they got assembled, similar to like a LeBron and D. Wade and Bosh when they did it, right?
That's like LeBron and AD saying, nah, it's not a championship year.
Exactly.
Are you kidding me, bro?
Every year should be a championship year.
Every year.
Especially with all the talent they have in that team. I mean, they gave up a first-rounder to get Marquise Morris.
They got no first-rounders for like years now.
Oh, my goodness.
They have no way of flexibility now to get out of some of these contracts.
They completely gave away everything in order to build this team, and now both of those guys have player options a year from now.
Yeah.
So you don't know what's going to happen there.
Right.
Right? Kawhi's a weird cat.
Right.
And there's no other word. I don't even know if cat's the right animal to name him. But the guy's a weird dude. He doesn't talk much, like you said, when it comes to a leadership standpoint. He's very quiet. He's an unbelievable player.
No,
I cannot take that away from him.
That's where it ends. He's just a great player.
But again, it shows that when he's the dude, and you don't have the right pieces around him, and the chemistry's not there, and I'm going to tell you something. We cannot lose sight of what Doc Rivers did. Doc Rivers, no adjustments whatsoever.
None.
Choked completely.
Again.
He's
done it 3 times, the 3-1 deal.
So again, listen.
It's happened 21 times in the NBA history that a team has come back from 3-1. He owns 3 of those 21.
And we're not talking about the 3-2 either, because he's lost a few of the 3-2.
It's happened 13 times, not 21. And he's 13, and he owns 3 of those 13.
So again, listen, a lot of people say, Doc Rivers is a great guy and he's a great coach and this and that. But I'm just gonna. I remember when he was playing the Lakers, and the Lakers came back from a 3-2 deficit, and won it with Kobe. So again, all I'm saying is, when you look at the whole picture, they got some problems, and they need to address it. And then they've got these 3. They've got Montrezl Harrell, Marcus Morris, and Michael Green. Now they got to see what they're going to do, because they got to sign those guys up and see how they shake it up. But really, that's their problem. I'm looking at the Lakers, baby.
Oh, yeah, no, the Lakers.
Looking at my Lakers.
Although, now, in a twisted way, you guys may be facing the harder team now, because Denver's fearless.
I agree.
They got 2 guys that are not afraid of the moment.
They're young.
Right? Like I know Kawhi's not afraid of the moment. I'm not going to put Kawhi there and afraid of the moment. I just think Kawhi sucks as a leader now. But Paul George is afraid of the moment.
Oh, for sure.
But Jamal Murray and Jokic are not even Porter's afraid of the moment.
Right. That kid's going to be a stud.
I know, but if his back holds up.
Yeah.
Remember,
Well, that's always been
that's why he fell in the draft, and people were afraid and all that. Now he's healthy. God bless him. I hope he stays healthy for the rest of his career. If he does, then they've got their big three.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about Denver. So Denver now, I think you guys will win because you have the big guys to slow. You're not going to stop Jokic because he's going to get something because he's a great player, but he's not going to have the series he could have like he was having against the Clippers because you got three guys that you can come at him. You know what I mean?
They're dangerous. They're dangerous. But I will tell you this. I know I'm a little bit biased because I am a Lakers fan, but I will tell you this. We've basically played the hottest players. So if you look at the I'm speaking of the Lakers here, right? So they go into the playoffs, and the first team that we have to face is the Portland Trailblazers.
Lillard, yeah.
I got to tell you, Dame time was on fire. Right? And listen, what did we do? We lost the first game, and then we went 4 in a row and beat them. And then we go against James Harden, which is another guy that's been on fire. Again, they beat us the first game, and then we went 4 in a row and we beat them. And now we're going against probably the hottest two. I mean, Jamal Murray is playing lights out, and Jokic is just he really is the best big man in the game. You got to give it to him. I love AD though. I think AD is, but Jokic is right there with him.
It's kind of it's almost like it's two different centers.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So
for sure.
I don't know if I can compare them exactly. If I'm talking about an offensive center, then I'm taking Jokic.
Right.
If I'm talking about the complete center, then I'm going to go AD because I think AD is going to be the better defender when it's all said and done, and he's got a really good offensive game. I just think Jokic is just the better passer. AD can pass, but Jokic is the best big man passing in the NBA by miles. It's not even close. He's like a big point guard is what he is.
Look at the other thing is you talk about the flexibility of the Lakers lineup.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we just went small ball. And JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard were basically on the bench. Right? And we played with AD at the center position. You had Morris at the power forward, LeBron, Danny Green, and KCP. That's a big team.
Right.
And that's removing our two tallest guys, which are JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard. Once you install these two guys into the lineup now with Kuzma, and now you've got the Denver team, I think we've got a lot of length, which the Clippers did not have.
Yeah, and depth.
Oh, depth for sure.
Right.
And then we also have LeBron James.
Right, yeah. He's obviously pretty decent.
17th season.
But you guys can enjoy it for only so long because then in the finals you'll lose to the Heat. That's all.
Keep it over the belt. Keep it over the belt.
The Heat hands LeBron the loss, and then Pat Riley just smiles at him. You wanted to stretch out that moratorium crap, huh? There you go, moratorium this, bitch. And that's what he's.
I think Pat Riley, being a Laker in his heart, which I have the ultimate respect for Pat Riley. I just want you to know.
You have to.
As an executive, I am so amazed at the moves he makes every year. And when he makes a bad move, like Hassan Whiteside, he figures out a way to correct it.
Right.
So again, the guy's on point. The guy's always drafts great.
Only Jerry West has been the better player executive.
Again, you keep mentioning all these Lakers. I just want you to know that. It's like a theme.
I just call it like I see it.
Good. So anyhow, we go back to this thing. I hope and see a Lakers-Miami finals.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But you got Kobe Bryant. May he rest in peace. I love Kobe Bryant. And I just think this year's special. I think LeBron's on a mission. I think having AD there, you have the best two players left in the bubble on one team.
Yeah.
You have the best two players in the bubble on one team. And when you're playing a playoff series, when you have the best player, you win the series.
Yeah, won the NBA.
Normally,
that's the way it
right?
is. Yes.
When you have two of them.
Yeah.
It's just hard. It's hard to beat. And again, I'm not taking anything away from Boston,
now
Miami.
AD is the better player. Is he having a better series or a better playoff series than Jimmy Butler?
No, Jimmy Buckets is Jimmy Buckets. But I will tell you this.
He's the better player.
Yeah.
But he's not having a better playoff run than Jimmy Butler.
Right, but after Jimmy Butler, who's the next guy? Bam? right?
Yeah.
Who I love, who I happen to love.
He's an all-star.
But I'm going to say this.
That
You
block,
can't-
that block there.
Oh, my God. Oh, I saw that. Oh, my goodness. That's got to be the best block other than LeBron's probably.
You saw what Magic Johnson from the Lakers
I know.
said about that
He
block,
said that.
right?
He said that.
That's
I
right.
saw it. I saw
He
that.
might be
tweet.
right, actually, because I keep thinking about a block that's better than that.
LeBron's on Iguodala?
No, because that's from behind.
Right.
This was they're dunking on you, bro.
Right.
Like he had all the force to
Oh, my
break that
God.
man's hand.
That was crazy.
How is his hand not broken?
Probably is.
You tell me that.
We got to get some X-rays on that.
My man's doing. He's hitting the weights, man.
Ooh.
How in the world?
And he came
did
with
you-
some force.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
He was
He's
throwing it
6'9".
down.
6'9", 240.
Whew.
That thing's coming hard, and bam, stopped that
was
right
crazy.
before the rim. That's nuts.
But if you
And
look-
super clean,
Oh, no. All ball.
like
All ball.
that's what I'm saying. Magic might be right. When I saw that tweet, I go prisoner of the moment. You know, like we all are at times for anything great that happens. Oh, it's the greatest thing I've ever seen. And then I started thinking, I go, damn, he might be right.
Right.
Because I don't remember a block like that.
Yep.
You know, right at the rim at the end of a game that it just decided
Phenomenal.
the game. And he kept the ball in bound,
Unbelievable.
which I know Tony Fiorentino was somewhere clapping like, wow, he did a Zoe. He kept it in bound.
He kept it in bounds.
He always would talk about that when he would do the analysis.
So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I'm rooting for the Lakers and I'm rooting for the Heat.
Are you rooting for Steve Ostroff? Because he's right behind you.
Oh, is he? Oh.
There we go. There
Yeah.
we go. So what do you think about tonight? Boston, Miami.
I'm rooting for Miami. But if they go up 2-0, Boston's got a problem.
I know, but we just
Boston's got a problem.
We've seen Denver come back twice from 3-1. I said that too. I said, look, that's why I think Boston's going to come out like gangbusters today because they know they got to win. Because this is not the – see, the thing about this Heat team, which blows me away, they're so young, yet they're so mature.
Right.
Like, they're kicking the Pacers' ass.
Yep.
They could have let off the gas pedal a little, and they finished them off.
They went for – yep.
And then the next round, they only gave up one game at the end and then finished them off in the next game.
That was
And-
impressive.
Yeah, and to stay like that on them, even when and they did let up when Giannis got injured in that first game,
Right.
that they kind of let up and then that's when they got surprised and then they took care of business after that. But again, the maturity of this team and if you're Brad Stevens, you got to tell your guys, hey, this is not the team you want to fall behind. Right. Not these
They're
guys.
fearless. They're fearless.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
And they're shooters.
That's why I think Denver can give the Lakers a series because I'm hoping it is a series.
Right.
I
think it's going to be a great series.
I don't want another 4-1, 4-0
Right.
with the Lakers again or the Heat.
I don't
Well,
mind it.
maybe do it with the
They
Heat.
go, I don't mind it. I don't mind a 4-0 or 4-1.
Yeah, actually for the Heat I don't mind.
Exactly.
But as a basketball fan, I kind of want to see
Right.
what's going on.
For all the other fans, I'm sure they want a long series. I don't mind it if it's a short series for the Lakers.
By the way, I am 33-23-1 against the number in the playoffs.
Wow.
We're 10 above 500 right now.
It's impressive, man.
So I'm going Miami plus 2.5, and I'm actually going with the Lakers, and I'm giving the 6.5 tomorrow.
Okay.
Because I think they may come in a little flat like they did in the first game, and the Lakers kind of blow them out, and then they adjust in the second game and then kind of get their bearings and give them a better game. But I'm actually going to lay the points, which I had with Denver. I took the points in all the games, even in the first one that I lost. But all the rest I ended up winning because they kept it inside those points, even when they lost.
You know your stuff.
Oh, once in a while. I mean, I did have the Clippers winning it all. You know, that was a prediction.
You kind of know your stuff. Let me correct that. You kind of know your stuff.
Kind of.
We did talk about that throughout the whole year, right?
Yeah, no.
You said all the Clippers aren't.
They were
Nobody
loaded,
stopped
man. They were loaded.
I
They were
must-
but you know what? It kind of reminds you of the teams we've seen in the past in all sports, that when they just try to collect talent all together, and then you think you could just make the perfect salad, it just doesn't come out right all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Especially when those players aren't great leaders, like you talked about.
Right.
When your stars aren't great leaders,
Right.
then all that stuff, will normally just blow up in your face.
Right, and that's the problem, that Kawhi is not LeBron.
No.
And that's where the Lakers will not fail, that they have a leader now that is time and tested, and everybody will look to and listen to him. You know what I mean? That stuff that happened with Lou Williams and all those guys and Montrezl Harrell, that wouldn't have happened with LeBron, bro. That would not have happened with LeBron. You know what I mean? So, who? Oh, yes, I'm with you. But the Heat's got to take him down, Steve. Yeah, let him beat the Nuggets. You serve him up. Exactly, that's what I like. Riley lighting up a cigar at the end. It'll be a beautiful thing.
You know how I feel.
Yes. There you go. See, what you're hearing there is Steve Ostrov, of course, the man that runs here, Toyota of Hollywood. So he's definitely rooting for the Heat. It's a beautiful thing. All right, so what do you football-wise, are you a Dolphins fan?
Yeah, I like the Dolphins, of course.
Are we winning this week?
They're playing the Bills.
I know, right?
Ooh, I don't know.
You know, if
I'd like to see Tua. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd like to see Tua.
But not now.
I'd like to see. I'm just telling you how I feel.
No, I get it.
I want some Hawaiian punch.
Everybody wants to see Tua, but it's a matter of giving it the right time to get him in there. Wait till everybody's kind of acclimated. Look, on a week like this, where Devontae Parker's probably going to be out, I don't want Tua in there now.
Right.
The only good thing that I told fans last week, I go, the one thing that will hurry this process up is you saw the offensive line. They played well. They didn't allow a sack to the fourth quarter. If that offensive line is in chaos, you can never start Tua until you fix that, because the poor kid is coming off a hip surgery. The last thing
those are great points. Yeah.
You don't want him. You don't want to take him a hit. But that's the one thing that I saw. I said, well, if they keep losing in a couple weeks and the line keeps playing well, and so you're not losing because of the line, they're going to put Tua in there.
Right.
Because then, okay, if that quarterback's not making a difference, we got to get the guy we drafted at number 5.
I think it's raining on Sunday too, right?
I'm not sure.
I think the weather's. Yeah, I think.
It's a hell of a lot easier to predict sports than weather, bro.
Yeah, I just think it'll be a running game. So hopefully, Fitzpatrick could manage the game, and then the defense could step up. They got a great defense too, though. Buffalo's got a great defense.
Buffalo's got a nasty.
I got them
defense.
in my fantasy league.
Yeah, Buffalo's got a nasty defense.
Yeah.
What Miami has to do is they have to find a way to shut down that Bills running game, and with Miami's secondary, force Josh Allen to beat you with his arm.
Right.
And then that's where you're going to get turnovers, because you saw it last week. Cam didn't test the corners.
Right.
He didn't go after anybody. He went after the middle of the field and running. That's what they attacked, and that's what they're going to attack with Miami, because Miami's got corners right now.
Right.
And so that's what I like about this team, that if you get the coverage, you're going to end up getting the sacks, but you got to stop the run. You
got to.
You have to stop the run.
You got to stop Singletary this week and
Singletary
make Josh Allen
and Zach Moss.
And Moss, right?
I like that kid.
Yeah,
he'll be the number one.
Yeah, he'll take over the
He's
job.
going to be the number one. Singletary's not a power guy.
Right.
He's more of a finesse runner. He's not the guy you want between.
Yeah, I like
Zach Moss is a tough kid. He'll run between the tackles with no problem. He'll run hard. I really like him, man.
Yeah, for sure. I know they got a couple good pieces in that team.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Huh?
Who, Garoppolo?
Yes.
Oh,
Matt
Breida.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They'll
He's the
use him.
fastest guy in the league.
Yeah.
Him and Tyreek Hill.
But the Gaskins kid ran well, so they're going to have a stable of backs.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what they're going to do. All right, so what do we got going on so folks can come on out here and purchase or lease, besides this beautiful powder blue Supra, which is just incredible?
Listen, these last 4 months now of the year, Toyota's coming out with unbelievable incentives. Interest rate as low as 0%. Our discounts on our vehicles are up to 50%. We've got the biggest inventory. We've got the largest facility. We make sure everybody's safe here with masks. We've got the antibacterial
soap all over the
soap
place.
all over the place. Make sure that the
and the service center. This was before the pandemic. They got so many couches and they're all spread out.
Yeah, of course. Our lounge is unbelievable.
Your lounge is ginormous.
You got a Subway.
But your lounge was always like social distance,
right?
Even before the pandemic.
Yeah, even before that. Well, you always want to give people, that room.
Right, space.
Yeah, that space.
Exactly. So just in case you do have to bring your car to get serviced, you're going to relax in comfort. And then there's a couple restaurants too, so you can have some food. which is a beautiful thing.
By the way,
Yes.
they need to know that if they mention Big O,
Yes.
they get an extra 1,000 on their trade-in.
Oh, there you go.
So don't forget to mention that.
All right, so there you go. An extra 1,000 on your trade-in when you mention. Now I got to do a commercial for that too.
Absolutely.
So it runs over and over.
We're looking forward to having a big weekend, help a lot of people get cars, and have fun while we do it. We got barbecue on the weekends. Come on in. A lot of music, live music. This is the Disney World of the car industry.
Oh, yeah,
so
there's
come
no
have
doubt.
fun with us.
It's a beautiful place. 400,000 square feet, over 1,500 cars and trucks. That's what I love. When I bought my Camry XSE, the beauty is you go to some of these dealerships, they got like 5, 6, 7 cars to pick from. And so it's an easy decision because you're like settling. Here, it's actually a difficult decision because I wanted a Camry and I wanted the red one. And when I saw mine, it was like you guys had like 150 different Camrys for me to pick from.
Absolutely.
Different models, all that. If I want the whole, what is it, the sky roof that I have? What is it from the whole glass?
Right, the moonroof, yep.
The moonroof or no or whatever. I mean, all kinds of different things. That's why I tell you that's what you're going to love about coming out here, because you're going to get the car you want, the model you want, the style you want, the color you want. Why? Because they've got a large selection. And give it some time, because you're going to take a while to make that decision. You're going to be, do I get the red one? Do I get the blue one? Do I get the white one? Which one do I get? Take 2 home. Why not? All right, man. Good stuff as always, Herbie. Thank you, my brother.
Big O.
You got it.
All right.
Herbie Lopez, baby, out here at Toyota of Hollywood. Come on out. And like Steve said, you get $1,000 off your trade-in when you mention me. So if you're buying or leasing, mention yours truly, and you'll get an extra $1,000 off, por favor. So make sure you do that.